Hey, what's up, guys? So today was pretty much a wash. On paper, I didn't make money, but then again, my commissions sort of eat up a lot of the profit. So it's kind of a wash because a lot of stocks I was trading was lower price, and then ATR was kind of low as well. So I had to take a bigger size on it, and they didn't necessarily always work out for me. So what you see here is AYI. I took it a few times. This is a higher price stock. If it went well, it would have been good. I didn't have to take the lower price stocks, but it didn't really go my way. It took a long, thinking that it would do a reversal, and then it didn't happen. So once it broke, so I set my stop loss here. So once it broke that, I basically exited. I think this one it didn't execute fast enough, and then so the other order was down here. Took 200 shares, so that kind of makes sense. Here went long. Again, thinking the same thing. I set my stop loss basically at the break of the 20 EMA. And then it broke it, and so I got stopped out again. Then I didn't play with it anymore. So that was that. I did make money on BBBY, but I took a pretty big size on it. So here went long, added to it because I think it was going to go back up to VWAP. That didn't happen, and I basically set my stop loss up here because that's very close to my break even. It wasn't necessarily break even. I had a small loss on it, but it did drop and it continued to drop. So it's very good that I had that stop loss, and I kind of knew that if this wasn't going to go all the way up. It's a weak stock. This company's not doing well. It's probably going to collapse if it did make it through here. So it did collapse, and then on the way back up, I was thinking, okay, now it's going to hit VWAP, which it did. I went in, and this time, no hesitation, big size, 2,000 shares. Took profit here. I took some more profit here, just because this was a previous area of consolidation. You see how this forms this basically bottom, good level of support here, good level of support here. But it could break support and then collapse. So I took some profit, and then it did go up, so I took more profit on the way back up. The final piece is, it seems like it was going to break down, so I took my final piece here, and then it did collapse down to here, held this, and then broke VWAP again before falling all the way back down to 1342. So that was my play on BBBY. BMRN, Biomarine, I did a pretty good job here too. Went short, added to my position, covered, and then covered it break even. Didn't really go back up because this was a strong stock, so I expected it to try to fall towards VWAP, and if it doesn't make it, it may just run back up again. That didn't happen, so I went short. Saw that I was holding this level, added to it again. I think I set 89.7. The previous high was sort of my stop out area, so it did go up. Didn't really care about that. It did drop. I covered some here just because I wanted to cover it right at the simple moving average, and then I covered more again because it did it hit that and then it bounced back up. Never went back to my break even or tested my stop loss, but on the way back down I got out some more and then got out some more here. I tried to do that one more time, went short here. I think this time it was just a small size. And then it went up, and then I just got out because I was afraid it would run up. It did kind of run up a bit before, actually near the end of the day. I guess it did try to test the VWAP. But yeah, I was done with the BMRN. CARG, another small size or kind of cheaper stock. ATR is low. I took a big position on this. I think 1,000 shares or 1,500 shares. It did drop. This is my stop loss. I actually set it right below. I think at some point this was right here was below the SMA. So it dropped below my stop out, and so I got stopped out. But it looks like it did make a run up. So if I was watching this, might have catch it back on on the way up. I don't regret my stop loss. A big position. I set some very good technical stop loss here on this play. Even if I was a few more cents below the SMA, wouldn't have mattered because I would have gotten stopped out. Either way, I would have stopped out down here because that would have been where my even if I said it, this would probably be where my technical level would be to get stopped out. So I would have been stopped out either way. I would have catch it on the way back up and make back some of this money though. But it's big size, so that was a loss. Goose went long, added to it, basically got out. I got stopped out. I did take some profit here, but it was very small. It didn't really move much. And I stopped out here. Also, again, big size, 1,500 shares or something like that. KSS, I lost money on the short side, made money on the long side. I guess if I held it, I guess I would have made quite a bit. So what happened was I actually got chopped up originally on this stock. What did I do? I take it earlier in the day. Yep, right here. So I did take it earlier. I went short thinking that it would break for the low. It didn't. It popped up, stopped me out. I went short again, stopped out, short again, stopped out. I keep getting stopped out earlier on, and that cost me significantly. Here I went long for a reversal. I saw I was holding this level. It's been holding this for, almost an hour. So once it broke this SMA, I went long because I can set my stop loss just below it. If it breaks this again, it's probably going to collapse. So went long. My profit target is up here. I sold some here. So this is still one play. I sold some here. I added to it. It popped up. Sold some, and then sold some here. Sold some more here, and then I had like 200 shares left. So on the pop, I sold that and sold this piece on the drop. I didn't want this to go below my break even. And then as the stock price moved up, of course, I moved my stop loss up. So I think my stop loss at some point was up here and then up here. And so this one was, it was just me getting out of the stock thinking it's, as high as it would go, since Coles also had bad news. But I guess this one recovered quite nicely compared to BBY. So TRMB, also make money on TRMB. I took it for a short up here, and then I set my stop loss. I think, let's see, where's this position? 42.39. So I think my stop loss was up here somewhere. It was not too big of a size. I think 300 shares or something like that. So took a short. It did bounce, but it never stopped me out. So on the way down, I just covered, and then the last piece down here. So that was my play on TRMB. That made me money. And so overall, I on paper had a green day, but it's really just a wash because taking thousands of shares each time, it's going to eat into commission. So overall, it's I didn't really make that much.